Welcome to Japan. But not just any trip to Japan, no. We're diving headfirst into the dark heart of Japan. We're talking about the haunted spots, the places where the veil between our world and the next is about as thin as, well, rice paper. Watch till the end and let me know which is your favorite haunt. Alright, let's kick things off with a place that needs no introduction, Aokigahara, also known as the Suicide Forest. Nestled at the base of Mount Fuji, this dense forest is shrouded in an almost unnatural silence. I mean, you'd expect to hear birds, right? Maybe some rustling leaves. But no, it's eerily quiet. Local legends say the forest is haunted by the yurei, angry spirits seeking revenge. And when you consider the tragic history of this place, the energy here is undeniable. Compass readings go haywire. Lost souls wander aimlessly, maybe searching for a way out, or maybe drawn back by some unseen force. We're not here to sensationalize tragedy, but to explore the stories that linger long after the headlines fade. This isn't just a forest. It's a place where life and death seem to intertwine in the most unsettling ways. Are you brave enough to walk beneath these trees? From a haunted forest, we move to a haunted castle. Himeji Castle, to be exact. Beautiful, isn't it? But beauty often hides a dark side. Deep within the castle walls lies Okiku's well, named after a young servant girl who met a tragic end. Legend has it that Okiku was falsely accused of stealing a precious plate. Driven to despair, she threw herself into the well. Now, here's where it gets creepy. Locals say her spirit, unable to find peace, still haunts the well. They say you can hear her ghostly wails echoing through the night, counting from 1 to 9, searching for that missing plate. Some even claim to have seen her spectral form rising from the well, her white dress billowing in the moonlight. Is it just an old ghost story, or something more? Could Okiku's spirit still be trapped, forever searching for the truth and a way to escape her watery grave? We may never know, but one thing's for sure. This well holds a chilling tale of betrayal, despair, and the restless spirits that linger in between. Tucked away in the bustling city of Tokyo lies a house shrouded in darkness and whispered rumors. They call it Himuro Mansion, a place abandoned, decaying, and if the stories are true, utterly terrifying. This isn't your typical haunted house. This place is on another level. See, legend has it that this mansion was the stage for unspeakable horrors. We're talking about a wealthy family, shrouded in secrecy, who practiced dark rituals within these walls. The details are sketchy, but some whisper of human sacrifices, of blood rituals designed to appease ancient malevolent forces. Now, the mansion stands empty, a decaying monument to whatever transpired within its walls. But the spirits, well, they're not so quick to leave. Visitors report cold spots, disembodied voices, and shadowy figures lurking in the darkened corridors. Is it the guilt, the sheer terror of what happened here that binds these spirits to the mansion? Or is it something far more sinister? There's something inherently eerie about unfinished buildings, a sense of potential left unrealized, a story cut short. But what happens when those buildings become haunted? Well, let me tell you about the Nakagusuku Hotel in Okinawa. Picture this, a sprawling, half-built luxury hotel perched atop a cliff overlooking the ocean. Sounds idyllic, right? Well, scratch that. Construction on the hotel came to a grinding halt, plagued by financial troubles, accidents, and whispers of, you guessed it, a curse. Locals say the hotel was built on sacred ground, angering spirits who now haunt its skeletal frame. Visitors have reported disembodied voices echoing through the empty hallways, doors slamming shut on their own, and even apparitions appearing in the dead of night. Is it the restless spirits of those who lost their lives during construction? Or something older, something angered by the intrusion? Whatever the reason, the Nakagusuku Hotel stands as a stark reminder that some places are best left undisturbed. Moving on from abandoned buildings, we find ourselves at the edge of a gorge. But this is no ordinary gorge. This is Oiran Buchi, nestled in the mountains of Yamanashi. It's a place of stunning natural beauty, but don't let that fool you, because beneath the surface lies a history steeped in tragedy and despair. See, Oiran Buchi was once a refuge for Oiran, high-ranking courtesans, who were betrayed by their samurai lovers and cast down into the depths below. Imagine the betrayal, the despair, the sheer terror of those final moments. Locals say the gorge is haunted by their tormented souls. Visitors claim to hear their mournful cries echoing through the wind, especially at night. Some even say they've seen ghostly figures, dressed in flowing white robes, wandering the cliffs. Are they searching for their lost loves, or seeking vengeance for their cruel fates? The city of Tokyo, a place teeming with life, energy, and unfortunately, some restless spirits. Hidden amongst the modern skyscrapers are remnants of the past, places where history and the supernatural collide. One such place is the Doryodo Ruins. Now, all that's left are crumbling stone walls, overgrown with weeds, a stark reminder of what once was. But these ruins hold a dark secret, a story that sends chills down the spines of even the most skeptical. Legend has it that a young female university student was brutally murdered here, her body left to rot amongst the ruins. Her spirit, unable to find peace, is said to wander the area, her mournful cries echoing through the night. Students, especially young women, report feeling a presence following them, an overwhelming sense of dread. Some even claim to have seen her apparition, a young woman in a school uniform, her face pale and sorrowful. In the heart of Tokyo, nestled amidst the bustling city, lies Inokashira Park, a serene oasis of tranquility. Couples stroll hand in hand, families enjoy picnics under the cherry blossom trees, and rowboats glide across the tranquil surface of the lake. But beneath the surface of this idyllic scene lurks a darker legend, a tale of love, loss, and a jealous spirit. You see, local legend has it that Benzaiten, the Shinto goddess of water, music, and love, resides in this very park. And she's got a bit of a jealous streak, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. They say that couples who dare to take a boat ride together on the lake are doomed to break up, cursed by the wrath of Benzaiten. Now, call it superstition or an ancient curse, but many locals refuse to risk it. The legend persists, whispered amongst young lovers and adding an eerie layer to this otherwise picturesque park. So, if you're ever in Tokyo and thinking of taking a romantic boat ride in Inokashira Park, you might want to think twice. You don't want to incur the wrath of a jealous goddess, do you? From the bustling streets of Tokyo, we journey to the island of Okinawa, home to Camp Hansen, a U.S. military base steeped in history. And you guessed it, more than a few ghost stories. Now, Camp Hansen has seen its fair share of conflict over the years, and where there's conflict, well, let's just say the energy tends to linger. Among the many tales whispered among the base personnel, there's one that stands out, the story of the ghostly GI. Imagine this. It's late, you're on patrol, the tropical air heavy with humidity and tension. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot him, a soldier in a World War II uniform, his face obscured by shadows. He approaches you, his voice a raspy whisper, and asks for a light. But before you can react, he vanishes into thin air. Some say he's the spirit of a soldier killed in action, still fighting a war long over. Others believe he's searching for something, or someone, lost in the chaos of battle. All right, folks, buckle up because we're about to enter the Kiyotaki Tunnel, a place where reality seems to bend and twist, and where a short drive can turn into a terrifying journey into the unknown. Now, this isn't your typical haunted tunnel. This tunnel, located in the mountains of Kyoto, holds a special kind of creepy. See, locals will tell you that the tunnel is haunted, not by one specific ghost, but by a whole host of restless spirits. Drivers report seeing shadowy figures darting across the road, their headlights revealing nothing but empty asphalt. Others claim to feel a sudden drop in temperature, their breath forming icy clouds in the air. But here's the kicker. Many claim that the tunnel seems to change length, stretching far beyond its actual size. Is it a trick of the mind, or are the spirits messing with our perception of time and space? From haunted tunnels, we move to the shadowy streets of Japan, where a terrifying urban legend has haunted children and adults alike for decades. This isn't a ghost tied to one specific location, but rather a malevolent spirit that could be lurking anywhere, just waiting to strike fear into the hearts of unsuspecting victims. Her name is Kuchisake-onna, the Slit-Mouthed Woman, and her story is the stuff of nightmares. Imagine walking home alone at night, the streetlights casting long, eerie shadows. You hear footsteps behind you, quickening, and then a figure emerges from the darkness. She's tall and slender, wearing a surgical mask, her eyes cold and piercing. Before you can react, she asks, "Am I beautiful?" Now, here's the catch. If you say no, she'll reveal her true face, a gruesome gash stretching from ear to ear, a permanent, grotesque smile carved into her flesh. She'll then attack with a pair of scissors, her laughter echoing through the night. Nestled amidst the breathtaking beauty of Hakone lies Hakone-yama, a mountain park renowned for its stunning views, volcanic hot springs, and a history steeped in samurai lore. But beware, because beneath the surface of this picturesque landscape lies an eerie presence, the lingering energy of fallen warriors. Hakone, you see, was once a strategic stronghold, a place where samurai clans clashed in epic battles. The mountains echoed with the clash of steel, the air thick with the smell of blood and gunpowder. And, as the legends go, those who died in battle never truly left. Visitors to Hakone-yama have reported sudden chills, the feeling of being watched, and the distinct sound of footsteps approaching, only to turn and find themselves completely alone. Some even claim to have seen fleeting glimpses of samurai warriors, their armor gleaming in the sunlight, their expressions stoic and unyielding. From samurai spirits, we journey to a place of worship, a place where the veil between the physical and spiritual realms seems to thin. Iwakiyama Shrine, located in the Aomori Prefecture, is a site steeped in history and shrouded in an aura of mystery. It's a place where people have come for centuries to pay their respects, to seek guidance, and perhaps to catch a glimpse of the other side. The shrine itself is beautiful, with its traditional architecture and serene surroundings. But it's what lies beyond the physical structures that's truly captivating. Locals will tell you that Iwakiyama Shrine is a place of powerful spiritual energy, a place where the divine and the mundane intertwine. As the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the shrine grounds, the atmosphere takes on an ethereal quality. Visitors have reported hearing strange whispers carried on the wind, voices that seem to originate from another realm. Others claim to have witnessed mysterious lights dancing in the darkness, flickering orbs that defy explanation. Standing proudly on the shores of Lake Shinji, Matsue Castle is a sight to behold. Its elegant wooden structure, black as night, rises against the backdrop of the shimmering lake, a testament to Japan's feudal past. But behind its beauty lies a history marked by sacrifice, both human and, some say, supernatural. You see, the construction of Matsue Castle was no easy feat. It required immense labor, and sadly, many lives were lost during its construction. Legend has it that in order to appease the spirits of the lake and ensure the castle's stability, a young maiden was sacrificed, her spirit forever bound to the castle walls. Her name, they say, was Izumo no Okuni, and her presence can still be felt within the castle grounds. Visitors and staff alike have reported seeing a young woman in a white kimono gliding through the corridors, her footsteps eerily silent. Others claim to have heard her mournful cries echoing in the night. In the heart of Tokyo, surrounded by the bustling city, lies a place of peace, reflection, and, some say, restless spirits. Zoshigaya Cemetery, one of Japan's oldest cemeteries, is a sprawling necropolis, home to countless souls laid to rest. Walking through its ancient pathways beneath the shade of towering trees, one can't help but feel a sense of history, of lives lived and lost. As the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the weathered tombstones, the atmosphere takes on an ethereal quality. The air grows still, the only sound the rustling of leaves and the distant hum of the city. It's during these twilight hours that the veil between the living and the dead seems to thin, and Zoshigaya Cemetery comes alive with whispers of the other side. Visitors have reported seeing ghostly figures wandering amongst the graves, their forms translucent and indistinct. Others claim to hear disembodied voices, whispers carried on the wind, fragments of conversations from beyond the grave. And then there are the stories of the cemetery lights, mysterious orbs that appear and disappear without explanation, illuminating the darkness like spectral fireflies. Our final destination takes us back to Tokyo, to the heart of a chilling tale of betrayal, murder, and relentless ghostly vengeance. This isn't just a story confined to the history books, folks. This is the legend of Yotsuya Kaidan, a story so ingrained in Japanese culture that it continues to haunt the city to this day. The story revolves around Oiwa, a beautiful young woman who was betrayed and brutally murdered by her husband, Yemen. Driven by greed and lust, Yemen poisoned Oiwa, disfiguring her face and ultimately taking her life. But Oiwa's spirit, consumed by rage and a thirst for revenge, refused to rest. Her ghost, her face twisted in a horrifying grimace, began to haunt Ayman, driving him to madness and ultimately leading to his downfall. The legend of Oiwa is so powerful that it's said her vengeful spirit continues to haunt the areas of Tokyo where the tragic events unfolded. And there you have it, the most haunted places in Japan. Like and subscribe for more.